We might need more overhead.
Okay.
Yeah. We're live. Woohoo!
Oh, I think that's good.
You think so?
Yeah. How are ya?
So excited. This is our first ever The Border Hookups Go RVing live.
And all we're going to do is sit here quietly for the next hour and 45 minutes.
You don't know how to be quiet. So thank you for everyone who's tuning in. Today we wanted to come on and be live because, we hit the 1,000 subscriber threshold, and then we're actually almost at 2,000 now. So we thought this would be a really good time to come on live and introduce ourselves, let you know what our story is a little more, 2, connect with you guys and hopefully answer some questions, and 3, maybe play a little live music.
Yes.
So not sure how great our connection is.
Right. It seems to be the going rate for a lot of people who do these lives because we're out on the road and we don't know.
Yes.
And we just kind of roll the dice. So if the first song doesn't go well,
let us know.
We'll come back to fight another day on music. So
Right. Let us know. So I would love to see, we don't really know exactly how the live works, honestly. So I would love to see you guys put in the chat where you're from, where you're watching from. That would be really cool. And hopefully the chat will come up. Look at, yes.
And the audio's okay. You guys can hear us okay. Give us a thumbs up if you can hear us, please.
Yeah. And just let us know where you are watching from. That would be great. Illinois. All right. Yes. So do you want to start with an introduction?
My name's Dave.
And I'm Jacqueline.
And we are the Border Hookups Go RVing. We're the band, the Border Hookups. We're a duo where I play guitar and sing. Jacqueline plays a foot drum from Australia. And
the Wazinator.
The Wazinator. And we plug that into our sound system and it just gives it a little kick in the butt.
But I won't be playing that today because we've actually practiced here in the RV. And when I'm playing that, the whole place shakes.
You would get motion sickness by the end of the first measure.
Yes. So, we have Columbus, Ohio, and that we sound good, so they can hear us.
Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate that.
Perfect. So, our story.
Well, we sold our house in April and went full time. We sold everything we owned. We didn't do the storage unit thing. Not that you can't do the storage unit thing. We just chose to put it in a small cardboard box and send it off to a friend's garage. And it's just some mementos.
Yeah. We really don't have a lot.
No,
so.
We have each other.
Oh, yes, we do have each other.
Yes.
And we headed out on the road. We stayed in northern Minnesota until September because we had some shows there. And then we decided to travel. And we have seen so many things since then.
It's insane. True story. We were driving through this really cool looking area and we didn't know what it was. We're like, what is this? This is the coolest looking thing. And it was Joshua Tree National Park. And we had no clue that we drove through Joshua Tree National Park.
But I did say, I said, this looks like that Joshua Tree place that I've seen on TV.
And we didn't see Bono. We didn't see the Edge.
Right.
But it was cool. And we have to go back to that. My point in all of that is that...
What's your point?
My point is you see a lot, just like Jacqueline said. You see so much stuff out here. And, one day, I don't want to give the next video away, but one day you're in the desert, one day you're by water, one day you're by the ocean, one day you're by... It's just insane how fast it goes.
It is. It's pretty amazing. And I just have to shout out to, and I don't know your first name, but Crows 1007. So he said he's been following us since about 200 subs.
Oh,
so
very cool.
Thank you for that. That's
and thanks,
really,
Dan,
really
for
cool.
the compliment right down there.
Yes.
I'm wearing my glasses because if I didn't have these on, none of this is there.
That's awesome. Dan. Awesome. Well, cheers to you guys. Yeah. Have to have a little cocktail since it is happy hour. So cheers. And I think we're going to play a song that Dave wrote. And this song happens to be a song that was written before we had gone out on the road. And Dave introduced the idea to me. So he had me sit down and watch a YouTube video about a couple who had bought a bus and renovated it, and they had gone out on the road. And he said, honey, come here. Let's just see if, she's going to hate this. What do you think? Would you ever do this? And what did I say?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And we did.
Well, kind of. We then figured
2 years later.
And we figured we didn't really have the skills to buy a bus and remodel it.
Right.
So
the episode we watched was a school bus that they remodeled. And we found that it was much easier to go down to the dealership.
Right.
And they did all that already. And then we could just hook it to something and drive away. And
yeah. So this song you wrote, because after he had the idea, I was pretty much all in and saying, let's go, let's do this. Right?
Yes.
So what's the song about?
The song's called Free, and it's all about being out on the road. And it's actually, I wrote 3 different sets of lyrics, and I chose the third one. I was sitting in our kitchen writing it, and I just rewrote it really fast. And it's all about Jacqueline going out on the road, or a female in a relationship going out on the road and leaving the guy behind, not even thinking that maybe he would want to go too, and then coming back, months later and saying, I never asked if you wanted to come with me.
Right.
And so this is called Free. She hit the open road to find a way. I'm sure as all get out, she was never meant to stay. All signs pointed west, so she took to heart to me. Saddle up your horses, boys, the grasses will turn to green. Never want to know, not to roll past a gambling girl, sure as heck she'll be. Bird in hand, hell no. Sunday drives to so you can't deny an endless sky. The sirens all are singing sweetly, hallelujah, I am free. Wing wanderlust rescued me and sent me on my way. Not a minute or two too late. Rearview mirrors tossed aside, the line, the ditches, the road, dreams die, never to breathe regret, never to second guess. And as she rounds the corner, another sunrise clearly makes the grade. There's one more reason to ditch his life, one more reason to not have stayed. You ready?
Ready.
Well, there's a miles road past, the mind is cash, your feet begin to tie. Did she wrong will leave behind all the sacred and desire? She clearly never thought to ask, where do you stand in life? I said to her, I'll grab my things, yeah, let's get out of here tonight. Never want to know, not to roll past a gambling girl, surely, yep, she'll be. Bird in hand, hell no. Sunday drives to so you can't deny an endless sky. The sirens are all singing sweetly, hallelujah, I am free. Wing wanderlust rescued me and sent me on my way. Not a minute or two too late. Rearview mirrors tossed aside, the line, the ditches, the road, dreams die. Never to breathe regret, never to second guess. And as she rounds the corner, another sunset clearly makes a grade. Just one more reason to ditch this life, you all know it. One more reason to not have stayed. You got to get out here and do this.
Yeah. I'll get that for you. So just reading the comments, and we have Rabbi.
Yeah, he comments a lot on our stuff.
Yes. So thank you for watching.
Yeah,
Very cool. And thanks for the likes. And he says, he or she, I think, says, press that like. So Yeah.
Thank you.
So hopefully that was okay with the connection we have. We tested it out earlier and it was a little bit, kind of in and out. Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But if you can, you should come to one of our live shows. And we have a ton coming up in Minnesota.
Yeah. Yep. We're booked all the way from May to August up there, but that doesn't mean we're going to be sitting still.
Right.
So between shows, we'll be bouncing around the country and then heading back and doing
traveling and everything.
We don't sit still very well. A funny story about these guitar picks is we find these everywhere. And if you're a musician, raise your hand. And if you're dating or married to a musician, raise your hand and note that you find these everywhere. So then when we jumped on to go live, I couldn't find a pick.
And what did I say?
You said,
I find them all over the floor and in the laundry. Yeah. So just go look there.
So we'll just put this one right here and we'll use it later.
Oh, and so Crows, I hope I'm saying that right. 1007 says the audio is great. No lagging.
Oh, good.
Oh, good. Thank you so much. Hey, if you guys have any questions, please put them in the chat and we will answer your questions. We do have some questions that people have kind of commonly asked us. So we're going to answer a few of those before we do our next song.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So one of the questions we get is, how'd you guys meet?
We met at a show I was playing years and years and years ago. And then we were friends on Facebook for 7 years?
I think so.
Before we even knew we were friends on Facebook.
Yeah.
And then she came to another show and the rest is history.
It is. I did try to set a friend up with Dave. Remember that?
I do.
A very good friend. And it's just, we connected much better. I mean, they're good friends, but we just had like a connection,
I love connection.
We really did. And then Dave asked me to start playing with him. Well, playing music with him.
Yep.
We have to adhere to the YouTube guidelines. Don't forget that.
This is going swimmingly.
Right.
Wow.
So,
anyway.
Yes. And then I wrote down a couple of other questions. Do you have a home base? So we get asked that a lot. And we really don't have a home base. I'm from Canada and we were living in Minnesota and our kids are there. So, and we're known in Minnesota for our music. So we kind of go back there just so that we can see everybody and we can play music, but we don't have a home base.
No.
Really. We're just traveling around and I don't know that we want to, I don't know that we want to ever stop that, but of course we're not even a year in.
Right. And Dan's wondering if we're ever going to come to Central Ohio. Dan, if we pack up right now, we can be there in probably 19 and a half hours. If you can have dinner ready, we'll be rolling in.
I've not been to Ohio.
Oh.
I would like to go there.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's go stay with Dan for a couple months.
I did notice somebody said hello from Lake Havasu.
Oh.
Yes. Very nearby us. How cool is that?
You can almost hear the speedboats all day long.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. And then another question that we get asked is, how do you make money on the road?
Yeah, it's a good question.
It's a really good question because what we planned to do to make money on the road didn't really turn out to be how we made money on the road, did it?
No, it didn't. So we make money. Jacqueline's a health coach.
Yes.
So she helps people lose weight and she has clients all over the country and it's all 100% remote. So she's on the phone, gosh. During 3-4 days a week. And then
so thankful, by the way, for that position. And if any of you are all looking to get out on the road and you want to do something, health coaching is where it's at.
Yeah, definitely. And then obviously music, and that's picking up this summer. And we played a few shows out here for Escapers. We're members of the Escapers group, which is people who work on the road. And we love those guys. A big shout out to the Escapers out there. If you haven't heard of them or joined and you're out here doing this, it's worth it. And then we have we shoot a YouTube channel.
Did you know that?
We're on the YouTube channel. So we have the YouTube channel, but we don't monetize it. So we don't
Right.
make any money from that right now. We want to wait a long time before we do that.
We wanna
don't need
wait.
to watch commercials.
We don't, although I did hear when I was looking at it, YouTube said they can just add the ads. They can put ads in even if you say no.
Right. So if you see them,
it's not us.
but we love you too.
Yeah. Right now we're just like, you know what? We just want to have fun and we want to provide some good content and we want to form some connections and, you know, so that's kind of what we're doing right now. Yeah.
So,
Holly. Hi.
Yeah, Holly. It went away.
And Robin.
And I don't know if I can scroll up. Back up. There we go. Robin from Minnesota. I played her backyard back in the day. Cindy said she's been watching us almost since the beginning of our journey.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you guys so much. We never imagined that, you know, this would be this fun.
It is fun.
Yeah. And yeah, it just is. It's
absolutely.
Very fun. The last question that I had written down that we get asked a lot is, how do you like your fifth wheel? Because we started out with a travel trailer.
Yes.
Remember Rocky?
23 feet livable travel trailer. Yeah. Meaning you don't live on the tongue. Whereas a fifth wheel, it's all livable. So.
And the travel trailer had a Murphy bed. So every morning it went up and every night it went down. And if one person was sleeping, the other person couldn't really get up because then they would be like, the bed was in the kitchen.
You'd sit on the end of the bed and eat your cereal in the morning.
And cook on the stove just while sitting.
Lean over and cook your eggs.
Right.
Excuse me.
Hey, that's not so bad. I'm thinking we should go back because I could get breakfast in bed that way.
We love our fifth wheel.
We do. It's pretty amazing. It's a Reflection, Grand Design Reflection 260 RD.
Yep.
Yeah, RD.
Yep. It's it's 30 feet, 29.9. So we just say 30. And it's just, it tows nice, it tracks nice. We pull it with an F-250. It works great. We love our F-250. We bought it up before we left Minnesota in the spring. And thank you. And so, yeah, we love our rig. And it's so crazy because we'll tear down in one spot and we'll drive 3 hours to another spot. And it takes us hardly anything to set it back up. And then we climb in and we're like, oh, we're in our house where we just left, but we look outside and it's a completely new neighborhood and a completely we love boondocking.
Oh yes.
And and so to look outside and see mountains and this vast open spaces is just amazing.
Yeah, that's your backdrop. That's your front yard, mountains. You know, it's just amazing. Or a lake, or you know, even if it's just a big open field, and it's just amazing what we've seen. And I do want to say, so Crows is talking about the travel trailer episode. So one thing we were talking about earlier today was, what was our craziest episode, or kind of our craziest thing that happened? And it was that. So in that episode, we called it RV Emergency Breakdown.
Yes. The
wheel bearings? Is that what
wheel bearings weren't packed well enough at the factory. So this is a lesson learned, is when you get an RV, don't assume that everything was done right at the factory, because sometimes, I mean, there's human error. And so the bearings weren't packed well enough, and they smoked, they heated up and melted down the bearing.
And we had to call for service. And in this town, the guys that came out, they kind of didn't know what to do. Honestly, they called their boss, and then they figured it out. I mean, they measured to the centimeter, or for the Americans, to the inch. they measured, and they got our travel trailer up on this flatbed, and it was hanging off. Yeah. And the video does not do it justice. No,
we followed behind that thing, and we had two trains of thought going. And we said, kind of, because we filmed it, as you can see in the film, and half of us were, thinking, if it falls, God, that's a great viral video.
Yes.
But then the other part was, but we have to sleep in that tonight. So
what are we going to do?
But there were a few times that we thought that was going to come off that trailer.
Yeah, we were so nervous. I remember that. I remember watching it going, oh, no, but maybe.
Maybe. Here,
maybe it should fall.
Get the right angle on the GoPro there, just in case it goes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the back
absolutely.
tire was almost half off that flatbed.
hmm So they just had it chained down, like crazy chained down.
Yeah.
And they were just going so slow down the road. It was unbelievable. And then the shop in Superior, Wisconsin, they let us stay the night right across the street, which
Yeah.
was by a train yard.
Mhm.
And so all night long, every time we would fall asleep, you know, we would get woken up by the trains going by because they were right there.
Yeah.
So that was quite the crazy experience.
Yeah, that was interesting.
It
David
was.
Carpenter,
Oh,
Minnesota.
hey.
Oh, Bill Hill made it.
Nice. And I do remember saying to you, and it's in that video, and I said, well, we wanted experiences.
We got them. Oh, we got them.
We did get them.
You know what's so interesting about this live?
Oh, hi, Walter.
We've done hey, Walter. We've done a lot of lives back home
on
Facebook, concerts and things like that, and to help raise money for the food shelf and things.
Mhm.
This is different because this is like people from all over the
It's
probably
so
partly
cool.
the world.
And people, yeah, and because we, you know, we can look at where our analytics, where people are watching, and we get like Indonesia and Germany and
Yep.
you know, which is really cool. But the majority of our subscribers and people who watch us are in Minnesota, or sorry, are in the US, which is really cool.
Yeah.
You
This
know?
is really fun.
Yeah, absolutely it is.
We had somebody the other day say, I think I spotted your rig.
Yeah, that was kind of a ooh.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
moment,
that's kind of
like,
cool.
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
You want to do another song?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're sitting in here, and if you start to see beads of sweat roll down our faces, it's because it's hot. Because we turned our air off.
Yeah, we don't want the noise of the air.
We just want to hear the speedboats
on there. So we'll do another song, and again, hopefully it's not lagging or anything like that. From Cali, California. Woohoo! It's awesome. We were just there. We were just
we
in
were.
California.
I get it now.
Yeah.
We were in California.
Yes.
We're at American Girl Mine. Next video.
Yes. This is a Canadian band, so every once in a while I make them do a Canadian song. Saturday morning, jumped out of bed, put on my best suit, got in my car, raced like a jet, all the way to you. Knocked on your door with a heart in my hand to ask you a question, 'cause I know that you're an old-fashioned man. Can I have your daughter for the rest of my life? Say yes, 'cause I need to know. Say I'll never get your blessing till the day I die. Tough luck, my friend, but the answer is no. Why you gotta be so rude? Don't you know I'm human too? Why you gotta be so rude? I wanna marry her anyway, marry that girl. Marry her anyway, marry that girl. No matter what you say, marry that girl. We'll be a family. Why you gotta be so rude? Why you gotta be so rude? I hate to do this, you leave no choice. Can't live without her. Love me or hate me, we will be boys standing at that altar. Or we will run away to another galaxy. You know she's in love with me. She will go anywhere I can. I have your daughter for the rest of my life. Say yes, 'cause I need to know. Say I'll never get your blessing till the day I die. Tough luck, my friend, but the answer's still no. Why you gotta be so rude? Don't you know I'm human too? Why you gotta be so rude? I'm gonna marry her anyway, marry that girl. Marry her anyway, marry that girl. No matter what you say, marry that girl. We'll be a family. Why you gotta be so rude? Why you gotta be so rude? your daughter for the rest of my life. Say yes, cause I need to know. Say I'll never get your blessing till the day I die. Tough luck, my friend. No still means no. Why you gotta be so rude? Don't you know I'm human too? Why you gotta be so rude? I'm gonna marry her anyway. Marry that girl. Marry her anyway. Marry that girl. Yeah, no matter what you say. Marry that girl. We'll be a family. Why you gotta be so rude? Why you gotta be so rude? Why you gotta be so rude?
I don't know.
I like the comment. This isn't about hockey. Good old hockey game.
Yeah.
It's the best game you can name. Sorry.
So it's Kevin Duffy's 50th.
Oh.
Tonight.
Wow.
The town will never be the same again.
Hi, Pat.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kevin. It's not even the right chord. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday,
Yes.
brother.
Happy birthday.
Enjoy it.
There's somebody from Louisiana, South Louisiana watching. Yes.
I've been there.
You have?
I was down there for Katrina.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Chalmette,
Wow.
Louisiana. Cheers.
Mm-hmm.
It's down here. So what's next, Jacqueline? Jacqueline's running the show here.
Well, I am. So I'm just seeing
Notice
if we
how I
have.
have the logo out all the time.
Oh, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Okay, so we have a question from Robert, and he said, "Do you guys write your own songs?" So
It's funny you should ask that. We just had a conversation last night, maybe the night before,
both nights
about writing a new album. I haven't written an album in years. I have written three over the years, three over the years, one kid's album, two adult albums. And I want to write an album based on what it's like to be on the road. And I want to make it one of those albums that is like a road trip album where you pop it in and you just, you don't really put it in anymore. You download it and then you listen to it when you're cruising down the road.
Spotify.
And so it's that very, Jackson Brown, Take It Easy, or not Jackson Brown, but the Eagles, Take It Easy, Jackson Brown, Running on Empty kind of feel. And I want to write it and then use my friend musicians up in Minnesota to record it over the month of May.
I think that'd be very cool. So yes, we have some songs that Dave has written. I can't take credit for anything. And then we do some covers, and those I can take credit for because I usually choose them.
Yes.
So yeah,
so
it's fun.
Yes, I don't have anything on Spotify, but I have my stuff with a band that I played with on SoundCloud called Carnival of Sorts. It's a reference to REM, which I'm a big fan of REM. So Carnival of Sorts is on SoundCloud, so you can go there.
Ooh.
I don't even think it costs anything to download it.
Really? I don't know, but that's
so.
a great CD that you gave to me.
Thank you. Yeah, it's probably the one I'm most proud of is the Carnival of Sorts CD.
Yeah, it is very, very good. So I was going to ask you, so Dave does all of our video editing. He does most of the filming. So I do some of the filming, but he does, or shooting, I should say, the episodes. But I wanted to ask you, which video are you the most proud of?
That's a good question. I would say as for the ones that are out right now, it's the desert living in Arizona is my favorite. And I think I like it because it's just it's an emotional feel. And I don't know if it translates to people who weren't there, but let's put it this way. Every time I hear the teapot whistle, it reminds me of that video because that was that strong and that memorable of a video for me. Was that one because we met so many amazing people out in the desert by Phoenix, west of Phoenix.
Yeah, that was the first time that we really met other full-time RVers.
Right, so the escapers.
Up until that point, we were staying in a lot of RV parks, and we were just meeting, the weekend warriors, which they were great people, but then they would leave.
Right.
And then we were kind of left like, oh, okay, now what? So it was really great to kind of be invited in and be able to go out to the desert and see that kind of living, and that, you know, kind of introduced us really to boondocking.
And we rolled in there with very little solar. I mean, very little solar. And because that's what we asked for. We wanted to charge a laptop and we wanted to charge a cell phone. These people were set for solar. And we hadn't been there more than maybe a couple hours, and they were over with their extra solar panels, putting them on the ground for us with ski poles to prop them up, wiring stuff into our camper so that we could live off grid. What I think it really was is they didn't want us running our generator. Now that I think about it.
Probably.
And then Dan Hemming ended up putting in full solar for us. And then we met him at that park, and we said, if we're going to do this, let's do this now. And that was that episode on solar.
Oh, yes. So the Arizona desert.
The Arizona desert was my favorite, but I'm going to say this, the next one that's coming out next week, and I'm not just saying this to prime the pump, is my favorite. And that one, I played for Jacqueline. I played the intro part of it, and she
I got teary-eyed. I did, because I guess it's not really a spoiler alert, but the beginning montage, like with the drone and everything, I just couldn't believe that was our life. Like those are the places that we've been, and that's what we've been seeing. And that's, like I said, in our backyard. Like this country, because we've only been traveling the US right now, this country has so much to offer as far as experiences and what you'll see. And I always thought, well, I've traveled, you know, I'm from Canada and I live in the US and I've been to Europe, and I have not seen, you know, I'm getting so distracted.
That's a boat. I don't know if you can hear that. That's a boat.
Wow. Somebody asked where we were. Where are we?
We're in Lake Havasu.
We are.
And it's insane. We walked down to where they were putting the boats in today.
Wow.
I couldn't stop laughing.
Oh.
It was so loud that, I mean, take the loudest hot rod you have ever had drive by you, and it's 17 of them right there just waiting at the boat ramp. Just and I want one.
Yeah.
I want one.
No, you don't.
So getting back to what Jacqueline said.
Oh, yes. Just that it's so absolutely amazing. So when I saw this montage he had put together on screen with music and with the drone, I kind of lost it. You know, I couldn't believe it.
Well, thanks.
I really couldn't believe it.
A friend of ours, or mine, I don't know if you know Tim, said before we came out, he said he's full-time. And he said, I've lived more in the last 20 months than I have in the last 20 years. Yes, I agree. I mean, I thank goodness for these videos, because we look back sometimes.
Right.
We're like, let's watch we did that, and we did that, and we did that, and we did that. We can't believe that we did that. We
can't believe it. And thank you guys for watching those videos. It's just, we feel so good having all the comments that you guys have made. And maybe if we're helping you to make a decision to go out there, or even to just, you know, get out there and be a weekend warrior, or you know, even if you just enjoy the experiences that we're having, kind of living those experiences through us, like we're
cool. so amazingly appreciative of you guys for watching the channel and commenting and giving us support and encouragement, because it's different. We've never done it before.
Right, we haven't. Like it. And thanks, Cindy, for the thumbs up and saying that. We have a question about the batteries. Did we upgrade our batteries at the time that we did our solar?
Yes, we did. We went to lithium. We had AGMs. We had three AGMs, and now we have 3 Li-ion solar. And we love them. Lithium. Yeah, lithium. And we love them. We love them. We never feel like, we're getting in trouble. Granted, we've been in Arizona and California, so it's sunny almost all the time. We'll see how Minnesota feels this summer.
Right. And Roby says AGMs aren't too shabby either. And
no, they're not.
They're not. But we just went with the lithium. We went with what Dan had recommended to us, and we're very, very happy with our setup. And we've been able to run everything, microwave and refrigerator and just like everything off of our solar. And we just feel such peace of mind knowing that we can just go wherever we want, and we could take advantage of BLM land and harvest hosts and all of that without having to worry.
Right. And we didn't, we're butchering his name, Robbie.
Yeah, Robbie. Rabbi.
Rabbi. We didn't have enough panel strength. I mean, it didn't match up. So when we got rid of our AGMs, which were great batteries, we had to kind of reconfigure and balance it out. Dave Carpenter said that I played at their house one time. Yeah. And he has a race car.
Oh, cool.
Yes, that's what it sounded like, that race car.
Oh, cool.
Except times 35 on the lake.
Yes. And then the comment, oh yeah, so you want to be able to run your air conditioning off solar. Well, a lot of the people that we stayed with and that we met, they had a ton of solar. In fact, we played a show out in the desert, and one of the guys powered us off of his rig.
Yeah.
And I remember his wife was in the RV listening, and we played a full hour or a little bit more.
Full sound system. And I said, oh, well, maybe we should quit because, your batteries. You don't want to drain your batteries.
Yeah. And she yells out the window. She goes, we're at 100%. Keep going.
Yeah.
So it would be really nice. We have not tried to run our air conditioning off of our solar.
Right.
So I don't know if we're going to try.
We have a generator and we open our windows a lot. Yeah. And if we haven't had to run our generator since we've gotten our solar, but we, it's there. And I don't know if you guys are aware of what happened. I'm sure you are in Texas last month. We just got out of there
barely
when that hit. And we had a lot of friends who were still in Galveston, and they lost power, which means they lost water. They lost heat. LP was at a scarcity.
Yeah.
And that's when you want a generator.
Yeah.
That's when you hold on. That's why you hold on to that generator, just in case, because it's going to be probably easier to get fuel for your generator than the limited LP to heat your. So we hold on to our generator because it's a great peace of mind. And we have a Champion 3400.
It's quiet.
Dual fuel. It's very quiet. Yeah.
Yeah, very quiet. But we haven't used it in forever, since getting our solar.
Right. Yeah. So but it's there if we need it, or if somebody else needs it. We have that too. If somebody else gets in a pickle and we got to help them out, then we can.
Yes.
Or if we have to play a show in the middle of the desert. That we, as a little teaser, we'll be talking about that.
Oh, yes. I wanted to talk about our most viewed episode. So we have one episode that's, we have about 50,000 views on it, and it's really interesting because it's kind of unlike all of the rest of our episodes, and it's a shorty. But what happened was we got caught in a storm at a wilderness camp we were staying at. And in fact, there were 3 storms. So the first storm was a tornado coming through.
And Walter knows about this.
Walter does. Lockhart. Yes. So the first storm was a tornado coming through, and we had to take cover.
Yes.
So that was scary. And we had some staff that were there. So we, sent a message out to all of them, all points bulletin, get to the shelter, and we sheltered. And then we had a thunderstorm that we were in after that, and we stayed in our trailer.
Right.
But then the third one that came through was at about 2 a.m. So our weather radio went off again, and that's the one that was very scary.
Yeah.
For us.
We watched it coming up on radar, and we were so tired. We're like, really? Another one? And my brother, Dan, we call him Vinny, is a big weather guy. So he's calling us all the time, and he's in that video on the phone with us, talking to us. And that wasn't staged when that
weather radio
went off. That was all really happening live.
And we had one staff member who had a baby with her.
Yeah.
And I just remember being so worried. Sorry, that was when the tornado warning went off when we were taking cover. But then just thinking about her and her baby, at the camp in one of the little cabins and all the trees around us.
It wasn't really, it was the trees. That's the scariest part about being in the wilderness in a camper, because you're basically living in a eggshell. And if a tree comes down, it's lights out.
Right.
And
That's
even
it.
to run to the bathroom in the middle of the night, I'm like, what if a tree comes down in between where we sleep and the bathroom, and all of a sudden, how do you get out of the back? Because there's no door. So it wasn't, and a power line went down, which we
really
later
scary.
learned just it blew the fuse out at the road. We didn't know that though.
We had
and if you don't know that, you can't assume.
No idea. We look out, the window, and there's a power line down probably 2 feet from our RV that we're in at the moment, and just so scary. And Robin's right. Nighttime storms are the scariest because you're in a deep sleep, and then you get woken up, and then it's like, oh my gosh, this is life or death. And, so maybe, I don't know if it translated to the video, but Rabbi said he loved that video.
And then he's wondering if my brother uses the radio, the tinny radio voice that's very storms have been sighted north of Brainerd, Minnesota.
He kind of does. Well, there was a tornado in Northfield, Minnesota, where we were living before we left our Sticks and Bricks, and Dave was playing a show by himself, and I remember talking to Vinny, and all of a sudden, because there were tornado warnings, and of course I'm like, whatever, I'm eating dinner. If it gets bad, I'll go downstairs, but I wasn't really, too scared. Well, all of a sudden it just turned pitch black, and he immediately called me, and all he said was, get downstairs.
in a radio voice.
In the radio voice, yes. Exactly. Get downstairs now.
Get downstairs.
And so I did, and of course we had things topple over on our deck.
Yeah.
And I remember being down there and hearing this and not knowing
it was a big space heater, the tall ones. Mm-hmm. And I was playing a show just north of there, about 30 minutes, and a guy had his phone on the table pointing up, and all I could see was red. Mm-hmm. And I could tell it was a radar. I'm like, where is that? Because it wasn't where we were. It was just south of us.
Where I was.
And I had done a drone video for a barn event center, and that got destroyed. 100-year-old barn.
So Minnesota has some pretty scary storms, and we are going back there this summer. So, hopefully we won't have another storm video.
Right. show them your new little guy.
My koozie?
Your koozie.
So I got this today.
At the gas station.
Yes. And it has a little bottle opener on it too, which is really cool. Isn't that cool? Neat? Yeah. Mm-hmm. See? Yeah. I knew we were having happy hour tonight, so I had to get my little can koozie.
Yeah. How about another question? And Cindy said she was worried about us, which is good. Yeah. That she's worried about us. So people are worried about us. That's kind of cool. It's a good feeling.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I'm just looking. I thought there was a question that I saw.
No math questions. No math questions. I'm not good at math. My dad was a high school math teacher. No math questions. And none of this. A train leaves South Carolina at approximately 2:45.
I love those.
And another train.
I like math.
No.
Mm-hmm. No. I like math.
She does. Yeah.
Do you want to play another song?
Well, now that sounds like fun.
It does sound like fun.
Sound like fun.
We could do Chasing Cars.
We could.
You want to? Yeah. Do you think we should do another song?
Do you feel like we're just rambling on?
No, not really. We're talking about like the episodes and we're doing songs. Isn't that what the plan was, or what? Yeah. What are you wanting to do?
Pet tricks or
you
something.
Want to talk about the weather more?
Human pet tricks or human tricks.
Oh, I did want to say, okay, maybe we are rambling. I did want to say that. So that was our most viewed episode, the storm. But we have another one that is really climbing, and it's our solar episode. Mm-hmm. And I think there are so many people out there that are interested in solar. And I think that's why.
Right. And we go back and forth because we'll sit around and say, what's this next one going to be about? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? And sometimes it's hard because you're inclined to keep doing like reviews because they get good traction. But we don't want to necessarily be a review channel. We want to be an experienced travel channel. And that's kind of what we like to do. So we just start shooting, put all the footage in a bucket and see what comes out. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Right. Yeah, that's absolutely true. We have somebody watching from, where was this? In Arizona, Sun City, 84 very degrees. Cool. Yes, it's very warm here today too.
And
then
Missouri.
And Missouri?
Yeah.
Oh, this is so cool.
Yeah.
And then Greg was asking, how many people have you met since RVing and how many of them are great friends?
425 people. 424 because we didn't get along with one. No, we've met tons.
We have
tons.
But we did not meet very many people until November. So
right, escapers.
May, June, July, August, September, October. We were out about 6 months before we really met anyone. And part of that was due to COVID.
Right. It was a big game changer.
Yeah. So we had planned to go full time in May of 2020. So, what happened to all of the plans that we all made in 2020, right?
Right.
Well, it just, for us, it changed everything, but we decided we were just going to forge ahead and we were just going to do it anyway. Yeah. And are you glad that we did?
I am, because to be honest with you, not to go down this rabbit hole too far, but where we were staying, everybody was in their own RV. So we never went in anybody else's RV, and nobody ever came into ours unless they had to check on something for the solar, and then everybody masked up. But everything was outside. So
we felt lucky.
Yeah, and the only time we ever went inside anywhere was to go to the store really quick.
Right. Yeah. So we actually felt like we didn't have to struggle as much as a lot of people did have to struggle. But what we did struggle with was trying to sell all of our stuff because we couldn't have a garage sale.
Right.
We couldn't give away to what do you call it? Like
Goodwill.
Charity, Goodwill.
None of it was open.
All closed. And to top it all off, we could not go to the dump and dump
just get rid of. We couldn't even throw it away
because we weren't a licensed hauler. So everything was shut down.
Right.
So
do you think that old couch is still sitting on the side of the road off I-35?
But we did have a lot of curb calls. We just put our stuff, and that's hard because you kind of want to make money. But every full-time RVer I've talked to who has tried to sell all of their stuff has said that it's more of a pain than it's worth. So giving most of it away is probably your best.
It's probably easier. And, find a church, you give stuff like shovels and utensils and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Right.
What was our next song?
Chasing.
How
Southern
many more hours?
California.
Like 4 more hours of this to go? 4 more hours?
Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
We were thinking, well, maybe we'll do half an hour or maybe but I mean, we're at 47 minutes and
might as well go till the top of the hour.
Yeah. This is so much fun, you guys.
Yeah, Greg, I think things
yes,
will improve. No, absolutely. And we have not gotten our shots.
No. But my parents, oh my gosh, back in Canada, I've been waiting for them to get their vaccinations. They're in their mid-70s, and we're really hoping the border will open because we didn't get to go back last year. So it's been now 2 years since I've seen my family. And I just found out that they're going to get their vaccines soon. So just really hoping that, we'll get ours and then we'll be able to see one another.
Yeah. We're too healthy. That's our problem. We're too healthy.
That's because I'm a health coach.
Yes, you are. Brenda, thank you for watching. We appreciate that. She said she found us. And that's really cool.
Well, thank you guys. Let's do another song.
What were we going to do?
Really?
Did you just say it?
Yes.
You did?
Yes.
No math questions. All right, we'll do one more.
One more?
Yeah, we only have.
Maybe 2.
We want to get into it now?
Yeah, maybe
we're going to
2.
Get into it now?
Maybe 2. It is getting warm in here, though, without the air conditioning. Woo! But you know what? It's a lot better than the cold, and you guys probably see me complain about the cold constantly. So this is much better.
This hat's the only thing keeping sweat out of my eyes right now. Hi.
Hi.
Do it all, everything on my own. I almost forgot the words.
Did you?
Yeah.
We don't need anything or anyone. If I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and try
just forget the world. Don't quite know how to say just how I feel. Those 3 words are said too much, but not enough. If I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and just forget the world? Forget what we're told before we get too old. Show me a garden that's bursting into life. Let's waste time chasing cars around our heads. I need your grace to remind me to find my own. If I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and just forget the world? Forget what we're told before we get too old. Show me a garden that's bursting into life. All that I am, all that I ever was, is here in your perfect eyes. They're all I can see. I don't know where it feels about how it's well. I know that these things will never change us at all. If I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and just forget the world? If I lay here, yeah, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and just forget the world? Would you lie with me? Would you lie with me and just forget the world? So that ending, we were literally sitting in front of our camper an hour ago trying to figure out a different ending.
Which song?
Normally we end with that song at shows. Yes, Snow Patrol. Walter.
Yes, chasing cars.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then what else? Kudos to you guys.
Yeah, love your editing and
thank you.
That's
appreciate
awesome.
That.
Yeah, Dave works really hard on that, so thank you so much for saying that. I know that makes you feel like what you're doing is, you know.
Thank you. You can't see it, but our table, we're at our dinette facing out the window, and the table is worn down from my.
It is.
When I get lazy and don't get the mouse pad out. So.
Yes, and then Dave does all the driving. So on our, I don't know if you call them trips, but when we're moving from place to place, he's driving, and then I'm working on my health coaching. So I think we're a really good team. You know, it works out, right? Somebody did say earlier that we look really happy. So,
we are.
Yeah,
happy.
Yeah, much better than you know, just the stressful job that I had before, and you know, although now when we're at a place, we just like can't wait to leave almost. You know, we love where we are, but we just can't stay for a long time because we know there's so much out there to see.
Half the time we want to leave. The other half of the time we're asked to leave. It's like a 50-50 toss up. And to just real quick, it's not that Jacqueline can't drive the rig. She has driven the rig. So it's not it's not like she can't do it. It just works out better because she puts her little headset on and works. Because then we don't have to work when we get to where we're going. And then it's koozie party time.
But Dave is a really good driver because he used to drive school bus. So I highly doubt that I would be able to drive as well as he does.
I used to drive school bus in Minnesota, and we had sing-song Fridays. So I'd bring my harmonica and I'd sing to the kids on the bus, and I'd play the harmonica through the microphone and sing into the microphone. And then I was asked to stop because too many kids started inviting their friends home on Fridays because it was Sing-Song Fridays, and they had to add another bus to the route. So it got too popular, and my bus was called the Flying Banana.
Really?
Yes.
I love that.
And I had to fill in for a bus way across the district. It was a huge district. And I pulled up, and this kid, they had been waiting for a while because their bus didn't show up. It broke down. And this kid looked at the number, looked at me and said, "This is a Flying Banana." And he knew the bus. I know.
That's really
Isn't that cool?
It is. Yeah. You gave joy. You brought joy to those kids, day. So that's really neat. I love that. Robin asked where we're going next. So we are going to a camp out. And so it's a band that we follow, and they're having an outdoor venue where they just have a few campers.
Very limited tickets.
Yeah. Limited. And so you're out in this cow pasture boondocking, but then you get to see live music. Yeah. So we're really excited about that. And then we start making our way back to Minnesota so that we can play all the shows that we have booked up there.
Yeah, it's a Roger Klein and the Peacemakers are possibly one of our favorite bands.
Yes.
And they're really cool about it. So everybody's kind of has their own space, and you get live music. It's all outside, nothing's inside, and so we really love it. We went before, and now we're going again. So and then we'll be back in Minnesota for a while, and other places,
and hopefully Canada. And if we get to go, we will bring you an episode from northern Manitoba, where I am from. And if you like fishing, I'm definitely going to be going out and catching some big Lakers up there. Probably Dave too. So when we brought him the first time that he came with and he went fishing, wouldn't you know it, he had beginner's luck.
I couldn't reel them in fast enough. I've never experienced it. And they were monsters. Sorry. They were monsters, which means this, but they were monsters.
Absolutely not. They're Lakers. Yeah. They're huge.
You guys come with us. Everybody, we'll get a bus.
So we'll bring that to you. Hopefully, fingers crossed, saying a prayer, all of that stuff.
Yeah, it'll happen.
So that we can go.
It'll happen. Let's look at comments
Adam,
real quick
so
before
Adam,
we take off.
Hergert said, "Great to see you, even if it's online," and he's late to the party. Hope you enjoyed.
Oh, we stayed with them in
Fountain of Youth.
Yeah, we stayed with them at American Girl Line.
Yes.
Yeah, they're campers in the next video.
Oh, so, yeah. The one that'll be out
in the distance
next weekend. So yes, So again, we're just meeting all of these cool people out here and really enjoying ourselves and still working. But having these experiences, and isn't that what life is all about?
And we're going parasailing next week.
I think,
we're going to go parasailing.
I think we're going to. I was looking into it, and I think we're going to parasail.
Yeah, it's easier than me getting the drone out and putting it up in the air. I just grab the GoPro, and they just pull me behind the boat.
Yeah. I'm a little nervous, but I want to do it. Yeah. So I was looking into pricing and when we can go, and because sometimes you have to get out of your comfort zone. Yeah.
Has anybody done it here?
Parasailing?
Has anybody done it? We'll wait patiently for your response.
We have one more song that we are going to do, and then I think we'll probably be finished unless you guys have more questions. Oh my gosh, in the Philippines right now. Very Good morning. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, and then we have Fry 5 family who added some solar. Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, we love
Yes.
it. We absolutely love it. And you're welcome. Thanks for
Yeah.
listening. Thanks
And
so
our goal
much.
here is to play enough covers where we get flagged.
Yeah.
That's the idea.
Well, again, we're not monetizing. We're
No.
like, no, we said no to that. So, you know, hopefully it won't matter.
Yeah. We got married a fever, hotter than a pepper sprout. We've been talking about Jackson ever since the fire went out. I'm going to Jackson. I'm gonna mess around. Yeah, I'm going to Jackson. Look out, Jackson Town. I don't have that problem.
No, you don't. We'll go down to Jackson. Go ahead and wreck your hell. Go play your hand, you big talking man. Make a big fool of yourself. Yeah, go to Jackson. Go comb your hair.
Yeehaw! Gonna snowball Jackson.
See if I care.
Well, when I breeze into that city, people gonna stoop and bow. All them women gonna make me tell them what they don't know how. Whoa, 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 I'm going to Jackson. Turn loose of my coat. Yeah, I'm going to Jackson.
Goodbye, that's all she wrote.
Come on, honey, make me cry.
Well, they'll laugh at you in Jackson. I'll be dancing on a pony. Yeah. They'll lead you around town like a scalded hound with your tail tucked between your legs. Yeah, go to Jackson, you big talking man. I'll be waiting in Jackson behind my J-Band fan.
Well,
We got married in a fever, hotter than a pepper sprout. We've been talking about Jackson ever since the fire went out. I'm going to Jackson, and that's a fact. Yeah, we're going to Jackson. Ain't never coming back. We got married in a fever. We got married in a fever. We got married in a fever. Whoa. All right.
That's all she wrote.
Yes.
Walleyes.
Yes, walleyes. I, of course, absolutely love walleyes. But the big lake where I'm from has lake trout.
Cape
So-
Cod.
But there are walleye in some of the other lakes. There are rainbow trout. There's bass. There are what do we call jackfish, and you call northerns.
Yeah.
So yes, a lot of fish up there. Well, I think that's it. Oh, California parasail in Hawaii, and it was amazing. I bet it was.
That'd be cool.
Wow. Can you
Yeah.
imagine? Yes. Well, thank you
Yeah,
guys
thanks,
so
everybody.
much. We appreciate it. And we want to do more of these lives.
Mhm.
We were really excited to have the ability to do the lives.
Yeah.
Once we got to the subscribers and the viewing time and all of that, we were like, yes, live, let's go live. So yeah, we enjoyed ourselves and hope you did too. And we'll be back.
We'll see y'all out here.
See you all out here. Have a good weekend.